Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled between rolling hills and a meandering river, there lived a young boy. His name was Daniel, and he was a bright, inquisitive child who spent his summer holidays at his grandfather's house. These summers were filled with joy, adventure, and the wisdom passed down by the old man. Every morning, Daniel would wake up with the excitement of a new day. He would rush downstairs to find his grandfather, affectionately known as Grandpa Joe, sitting in his favorite armchair, a glint of mischief in his eyes. "Grandpa, what are we going to do today?" Daniel would ask, his voice brimming with enthusiasm. Grandpa Joe would smile and reply, "Well, my dear boy, today we'll embark on a journey to discover the secrets of success." Success was a concept that had intrigued Daniel for some time. He'd often pondered how to achieve it, what it meant, and whether it was something he could attain. One sunny morning, with a gentle breeze swaying the curtains and the birds singing outside, Daniel approached Grandpa Joe with a question burning in his heart. He looked up at his wise old grandfather and asked, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to become a successful man. Can you tell me some ways to be successful?" Grandpa Joe, always ready to impart valuable life lessons, nodded with a thoughtful expression. He beckoned to Daniel and said, "Come, my boy, let me show you something." Together they strolled to a nearby nursery, where vibrant flowers and lush greenery greeted them. Grandpa Joe carefully selected two small plants, one a delicate sapling with tender leaves, and the other a sturdy little plant with robust stems. With the plants in hand, they returned home, their footsteps filled with anticipation. Grandpa Joe led Daniel to the garden, where an old rowboat stood. In a moment of inspiration, Grandpa Joe planted the delicate sapling inside the boat, which he then placed in the cozy corner of the living room. The other plant, the robust one, was lovingly planted in the garden outside the house. "Now, Daniel," Grandpa Joe asked, "which of these two plants do you think will grow better in the future?" Daniel pondered this for a moment, then said, "I believe the plant inside the house will grow better. It's safe from all dangers, unlike the one outside, which could face strong sunlight, storms, rain, and animals." Grandpa Joe nodded and smiled, his eyes filled with grandfatherly wisdom. "Well, my boy, let's see what the future holds." With that, Daniel continued his summer adventures, playing and learning with his grandfather. The years passed, and Daniel grew taller and wiser. 4 years later, during another summer break, he returned to visit Grandpa Joe. As he walked into the house and saw the familiar armchair, he couldn't contain his curiosity. "Grandpa," he said, "last time I asked you about the secrets of success, but you didn't tell me anything. I've been waiting for 4 long years for your answer." Grandpa Joe chuckled and replied, "Ah, my dear Daniel, it's time to reveal the wisdom hidden in those 2 plants we planted all those years ago. Follow me." They ventured into the garden, and as Daniel approached the spot where the boat had been placed, he was astounded. The once delicate sapling had grown into a robust and thriving plant, reaching impressive heights. But what truly left Daniel awestruck was the tree outside the house. It had grown tall, its branches spreading far and wide, providing ample shade to passer-by on sunny days. It was a magnificent tree, a testament to the beauty and strength of nature. Grandpa Joe turned to Daniel and asked, "Now, my dear boy, tell me, which of these plants has grown more? Which is more successful?" With unwavering conviction, Daniel pointed to the giant tree outside and said, "The one we planted outside." "But Grandpa, how is this possible? It faced so many dangers, yet it grew so big and strong." Grandpa Joe smiled, his eyes filled with pride in his grandson's understanding. "You see, Daniel, the plant inside the house, while protected from external dangers, remained confined and small. It was shielded from storms, heavy rain, and strong sunlight, but it also missed the opportunity to stretch its roots and grow stronger. It stayed within its comfort zone, never facing the challenges necessary for growth." He continued, "On the other hand, the plant we planted outside had to face the natural calamities of the world. It battled storms and endured heavy rain, which only served to make its roots stronger. Today it stands tall and resilient, capable of withstanding even the fiercest of storms. Grandpa Joe's gaze turned profound as he addressed Daniel. "My son, always remember that unless you face struggles and difficulties in life, you won't be able to achieve true success. If you always opt for the safe, comfortable choices, you'll remain small and weak. But if you're willing to embrace challenges and venture outside your comfort zone, you'll discover that no goal is unattainable." Daniel breathed in the wisdom of his grandfather, his gaze fixed on the towering tree. The words etched into his heart, and he realized that challenges were not obstacles to success, but stepping stones toward it. The boy understood that the very obstacles he once considered enemies were the ones that made him stronger and more successful in life. He reflected on how often people faced challenges and difficulties that left them disheartened, sapping their courage to move forward. But the story of the two plants revealed the essential truth that challenges and difficulties were not to be feared, but embraced as opportunities for growth. As the years passed, Daniel carried this wisdom with him, and it shaped his outlook on life. He realized that the more difficulties and challenges he faced, the wider the path to success opened before him. He learned that taking risks and stepping outside his comfort zone were not to be avoided but sought after, for they were the catalysts of growth and personal development. Indeed, overcoming challenges was no easy feat. There were times when he felt defeated and discouraged, but he remembered Grandpa Joe's words. These were only temporary setbacks. He embraced them as opportunities to learn and grow, building resilience and determination, essential qualities for success. So the next time you face a challenge or a difficult period in your life, don't give up. Recognize that these are opportunities to learn and grow. Remember that the challenges you face today can make you stronger and more successful tomorrow. And like Daniel, take to heart the story of the two plants that flourished despite adversity, for it holds the timeless truth that challenges are not enemies, but the friends of success. Please like and subscribe my channel.